this morning. I was away last week in Cornwall having a lovely time, and so coming back and getting the tech to work is just proving challenging this morning. So now, as I was thinking this morning, and I don't normally check the news in the morning because I tend to not check anything on my phone until later, but I happened to kind of pick up my phone and saw lots of stuff coming up about obviously things going on in the world right now, elections coming up in America, and there's a real sense, there's a sense of kind of this collective held breath. What's going to happen? What's emerging? And not just things in America, there's a lot of stuff going on around the world. And I thought actually to come back to just the simplicity of our breath and use that as a way to really drop into a sense of calm and balance. So no matter what is going on, we can find that equanimity and that ability to just surf what's going on. So in this morning's practice, we're going to be just using the breath as a really simple tool to check in, see what's going on, and then using just a full, complete breath to bring the body into alignment. And I'm going to briefly share just something before we start about what correct breathing is. What does it mean to be breathing really fully, a full, complete breath? Because often we are quite restricted in our breathing. So before we even start, it's quite useful to almost loosen up around the diaphragm and the rib cage. So I just want to invite you to just kind of take a few sort of side bends and kind of breathe so that you open up that rib cage. So you can even use your hands on your body. You can see I'm going to take my jacket off here. We just kind of want to open up along here. So I just want to invite you to just lean in and just rub your body just to kind of remind it to open up here, because the diaphragm, you imagine like a little jellyfish shape here. And as we breathe in, the jellyfish expands and the diaphragm pushes down, and that's what pushes the belly out as we breathe. And then as we breathe out, the diaphragm comes back up and everything comes back in. And then when we breathe out, when we breathe in, the belly expands. Breathing out, it comes back in. So it's this really in and out. And actually it's quite sweet. You see my jumper here, my heart opens as I breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And really wanting to try and drop into the breath being lower in our body and really using that as a tool to calm the nervous system. So the nervous system gets that message that everything's okay. And the breath is the only part of that fight, flight, freeze system that we can actually actively take control of, and sending signals through our whole nervous system into every organ system of our body to be in that rest and digest process and that restorative state rather than in that stress response, which can become a bit of a default. So I want to invite you to gently close down your eyes and just placing a hand on your belly and a hand on your heart. I like to have my left hand on my chest and my right hand on my belly, but see what feels comfortable for you. And just draw your attention inwards to your body breathing. You might notice sounds around you as well as you pay attention. Perhaps you can notice the bird song here where I am. As you notice that rising and falling in your body underneath your hands. So noticing as you breathe in, that hand on your belly expanding outwards as the diaphragm, that jellyfish shape, pushes down, pushing the belly out. And as you breathe out, just coming back in, the belly coming back in towards the spine. And just allowing the breath to be in its whatever rhythm it is this morning without trying to change it just yet. What do you notice about your breath this morning? Does the breath feel quite shallow? Does it feel restricted anywhere? Perhaps you feel like your breath is further up in your body, it's in your chest. Maybe notice the breath in the back of the body. And when your mind wants to wander and start to think about the day, or gets frustrated or feels restless, just come back to these really subtle sensations of the breath. And now beginning to consciously slow the breath. So as you breathe in, allow it to slow down, almost like you're trickling the air into the belly. And as you breathe out, perhaps even gently releasing it out through the mouth, like a gentle stream, as if the air is just gently spilling back out of the body. Breathing in, allowing that hand to rise, to gently and slowly fill. Perhaps noticing at the top of the in-breath how the hand on your chest also subtly rises. Breathing in, the belly rising, the chest rising, perhaps taking a pause at the top. And as you breathe out, that hand on the chest falls, hand on the belly falls, letting the breath slow and soothe. Imagine that each in-breath is gently soothing the inside of your body. That expanding of the body, just gently caressing each of your internal organs. Perhaps noticing as you breathe in how the hand on your belly and the hand on your chest gently move away from each other, almost as though your body was creating a gentle curve as it breathes in and opens and expands. And then as you breathe out, those two hands gently come back together, closer together. So breathing in and feeling that expansion as the hands gently move away from each other. Breathing out, feeling them come gently back together. Slow the breath. Allow everything in the body to soften. Breathing in and expanding. Breathing out, letting go and soothing, softening. See if you can let go of anything else that's feeling stuck or held in the body as you breathe in and out. As you breathe in, just bringing in and calling in a sense of stillness and calm. And as you breathe out, just releasing and letting go. Notice if there's any tension in your legs, any gripping in your pelvis. See if you can, with the next out breath, just soften and let go in that area. Notice if there's tension in your arms. With the next out breath, allow the shoulders to soften further away from the ears, the arms to soften and nestle against the sides of the body. Notice if there's tension in the face. With the next out breath, allow the jaw, the cheeks, around the eyes and the forehead to soften. Down the center of your body, all the way along the spine. Notice if there's any tension. You want to feel held and supported by that core of the body, but not rigid. So see if you can play with this expansion and contraction of the breath to allow a little bit of gentle movement in the spine, making it really soft and fluid, as if the spine was less of an erect and hard, spiny column and more of a kind of, almost as if you were a piece of seaweed in the ocean, just gently swaying, allowing that fluidity within the structure of your spine. Coming back to that in-breath and out-breath as your mind wanders. And perhaps moving your left hand onto your belly, onto the other hand. So both hands are on your belly now. Placing your awareness underneath the hands, between your hands and your belly. Feel the belly filling your hands with each in-breath. It's a beautiful way at any time in your day to come back to the breath. You can lie down and place a book or a cushion or something on the belly and feel it rising and falling as you breathe. Just bringing that awareness to the belly and to the breath. Bringing your mind back every time that it wanders, and knowing that distraction in meditation is absolutely fine. It's exactly what the mind is programmed to do. So if you feel like there's busyness in your mind, that's okay. Just see that as something else to be aware of, and just keep coming back to the sensations of your breath. Allowing things to flow through. Are there any other sensations in your body or emotions in your body that you are aware of as you breathe in and out? And if you feel emotions in your body, or as your mind throws up thoughts for you to try and get you hooked, notice if they have a resonance, like a texture in the body. And see if you can breathe into the spaces where you feel them. So still keeping this awareness of the belly, but allowing, as you breathe in, for your breath to be this soothing, expanding around any sensations, whether they're physical or emotional. Just breathing into those spaces, and then as you breathe out, just allowing anything that's able to dissolve to just dissolve. We have to accept those sensations first. We need to pay attention to them in this really gentle, non-judgmental way, just noticing what's arising. For me this morning, I noticed sensations of restlessness and a kind of distracted energy. And as I breathe into that and I allow space for that to be my experience, it doesn't make it go, but it allows it to be less dominant, less distracting. Breathing in and allowing your whole experience. As you breathe out, feeling the relief of not having to stop or make something happen. Maybe even letting yourself know internally, saying to yourself, there's nothing I need to do. There's nothing I need to be. I am here. Notice if your neck, your head is jutting forward, if your chin is slightly forward. Most of us need to, when we think about the alignment of our spine and our head, and as we breathe, there's a need to just gently pull the chin in, like tucking it in to lengthen the back of the neck. Just make any adjustments now that bring your body into a nice aligned space. So bringing a sense of coherence that we've been breathing into the physical body. So feel your spine stacking up from your hips, your shoulders, gently resting either side. That slight tucking of the chin, just almost as if it was pulling back to straighten the back of the neck. And imagining that you're growing, your spine can grow a little bit taller as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, it just settles. Taking a few final rounds of breath here to feel your whole body in space. So feel the connections of your body against the chair or the bed. Sensing the space around you as you breathe out. Noticing, just scanning and noticing, how does it feel now in your body compared to when you began? Has anything changed or shifted? Does your energy feel any different? Is there anything that you're aware of that needs your attention, that now you've had this time to feel into it, that you feel there's more you need to give yourself this morning? Whether that's gentleness or action. And we'll finish by taking 3 much more energizing breaths. So imagining that as we breathe in, as I guide you through these final 3 rounds of breath, that you're literally drawing energy up through your body, all the way up to the crown of your head. And as you breathe out, you're radiating that around you, like you're creating a bubble of energy around you to protect you and guide you through your day. So breathing in now really deeply. Feel the whole body expand and hold the breath as you draw the energy all the way up to the crown of the head. And as you breathe out, just out of the mouth, maybe even making a sound as you breathe around you, and then breathing in again really strongly down to the belly. Opening up the chest, holding the breath. Feeling this energy in your body, and as you breathe out, perhaps sighing, making a sound, sending it out around you. Final time, breathing in, holding the breath, feeling this energy held here, breathing out, smiling on the inside, taking some movement Perhaps stroking the palms of the hands with the fingers and the thumbs. Perhaps taking a stretch and slowly opening the eyes and seeing if you can keep an awareness as you do that of your belly, and see if you can still notice your breath as you take in the room, the space around you. And now with the eyes open, noticing any changes in how you feel. And I hope that for all of us that we can keep a sense of balance and calm and know that this place, whatever you've been able to cultivate or connect to in this practice with your breath, is always here. So taking even just a moment to sit, become aware of your breath, maybe lie on the floor, just feel your breath. Don't underestimate the power of that, especially if it doesn't feel like that's what you want to do. I know for me, the times when I most need to do that are the times when it feels least accessible for me. And deciding that I'm just going to take a few breaths, it makes it more accessible. So it's not I have to do this whole big practice. I have to find time. I have to make myself do this. It's just let me just take a few breaths. So have an amazing day wherever you are, and I hope the week brings you lots of surprises in a really good way. Take care, and I will see you very soon.